The liberals themselves are recognizing that there is a major problem with how their party is handling the Trump administration. Charlamagne from The Breakfast Club, this liberal show to a predominantly black audience, has just bucked his party's leadership, has just bucked the talking points of the Democrats by asking, hold on a second, why are Democrats standing up for face-tattooed, Satan-worshiping, foreign, illegal alien gangsters?
I want to know more when it comes to the deportations, because deporting illegal immigrants who have committed crimes, I understand that.
Shouldn't be a problem, right? Shouldn't be an issue.
So why are folks fighting about gang members being sent away? Like, there's some other deportation cases I'm sure they could be fighting about, like folks who've been in this country for a long time, not committing no crimes, paying taxes, but have gotten caught up in the process. Those are folks they should be fighting for. Why are they raising hell about a gang being deported?
So the main thing is proof and making sure that the U.S. is getting it right when it comes to deporting criminals, and making sure that they get their due process, that you're actually deporting people who are committing crimes as opposed to just you running down on anybody just because they might be a migrant.
People want them to have due process, but I'm with you. If they're a gang member and they have warrants and just like, who are we fighting for? Are we fighting for good people? Are we fighting for people that's been paying their taxes? Are we fighting for people that's been here trying to stay here?
He's totally right. And even the woman who's responding, she's admitting that he's totally right. Yeah, no, I mean, the best defense she can have is, we just got to make sure they're getting it right. Yeah, okay, but hold on. Are we really confused about deporting illegal alien gangsters, cartel members? Is that really controversial? And no, of course it's not. Most Americans voted in November for mass deportations of like everybody, not just the face tattooed criminals. So what Trump has done masterfully is he's begun the deportations only focusing on the very worst and most obviously wicked criminals. Hardcore, dirty, rotten, down low, rapist, murderer criminals with face tattoos, a visual clue that this person might have some problems. And because the Democrats reflexively oppose anything that Trump does, the Democrats have taken the side of the aforementioned Satan-worshiping face-tattooed criminals. So Trump this is not an 80-20 issue. This is an 80% support, 20% oppose. This is a 98-2 issue. This is a 99-1 issue, if that. In fact, Charlamagne, a huge lib, a major voice on the left, says, hold on, does anybody disagree with deporting the Satan-worshiping criminals? And the answer is yes. The elite tier of the Democrat Party, the people leading that party right now, the people leading that party, even in the conception of the party base, straight off a cliff. Go to publicrec.com, use code Michael. Everyone deserves to be comfortable while looking sharp. That is exactly what Public Rec delivers. Before Public Rec, how many of you had to sacrifice comfort for a nice put-together style? You get the stiff, scratchy, odd sizing. All comes with the territory of a sophisticated look. Or so you thought. But now I am a changed man because I have sweet, sweet Public Rec pants that offer exceptional comfort and versatility with a professional silhouette that transitions seamlessly from demanding workdays to relaxed evenings. You really can wear this fabric anywhere. In fact, I even wore it out in the snow. One time when it snowed in Nashville, I went out and played with the boys. It's fabulous. As we head into the warmer months, they have a complete collection of premium everyday styles, from perfectly fitted polos to comfortable shorts, each piece designed with the same attention to detail and commitment to comfort. Comfortable enough for the couch, sharp enough for the city. For a limited time, you can get 20% off at Public Rec by using code Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, at checkout. Just head to publicrec.com, use code Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, and you're all set. When they ask how you found them, you know what to do. Tell them that I sent you. Upgrade to Public Rec and feel the difference. The CEO of Ben & Jerry's has been fired. And this is great, great news. Because the CEO of Ben & Jerry's was fired for pushing radical leftist activism. Specifically, I suspect, because less than 2 weeks ago, Ben & Jerry's posted to social media about its great love of and defense of and care for abortionists, Today, they wrote, today is National Abortion Provider Appreciation Day. We stand with abortion providers today and every day. Learn more and take action now. And this was extreme even for the left. We know the left loves abortion, but usually they use euphemisms. They'll say women's rights or women's health care or whatever, privacy, autonomy, bodily autonomy, but no. Then sometimes they'll say we support women and mothers. No. Happy Abortionist Day. We love abortionists. Get those forceps out and thank your local mass murderer. Crazy stuff. That is psycho stuff, even for left-wing activists. So it was too much for the parent company of Ben & Jerry's, because Ben & Jerry sold it out years ago to Unilever. Unilever removed the Ben & Jerry's CEO, but Ben & Jerry's is fighting back. Ben & Jerry's is suing the parent company over breach of contract, because the contract that they signed apparently says that Unilever cannot unilaterally remove the CEO. That's exactly what happened. So on the one hand, I want to congratulate all of you. I said on the show when that abortion tweet came out, I said, look, I almost never call for a boycott because I don't think that boycotts are particularly effective, and you got to make sure that you're focused. You focus your resources on the ones that you can really win. I said, in this case, no person of good conscience can ever eat Ben & Jerry's again. I call for a full boycott on Ben & Jerry's. And other conservatives echoed the call, and it did have a political effect, obviously, because the parent company said, all right, we don't want to deal with this. This was obviously about the abortionist tweet. We're going to get rid of the CEO. So then you ask yourself, okay, does that mean we can eat Ben & Jerry's again? My answer is no. Because we know that Ben & Jerry's, the company underneath this major corporate structure, Ben & Jerry's isn't sorry at all. Ben & Jerry's is actually suing the parent company because they want to be able to promote abortionists today and every day. So they haven't learned their lesson at all. I don't see why I would give 1 red cent to Ben & Jerry's. You might say, well, Ben & Jerry's doesn't own Ben & Jerry's. And if Unilever gets the message, shouldn't we support them? Okay, maybe. Maybe. Here's what I want. I want an explicit apology. Forget about Ben & Jerry's. Those guys are losers and they're completely useless. They're not going to give you anything that you want. But I want a full, explicit apology written down by the parent company, Unilever, right now. If we get a direct, specific apology, we are sorry, we should not have promoted abortionists, then maybe we loosen up and we eat Ben & Jerry's again. If we don't get that, I see no reason ever to eat their slop garbage again. I'm really glad you liked that clip. What you can do now is ring the bell right there and subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. And then you don't have to worry about looking for the new clips. You just get them. See you next time.